Hi, welcome back to the Brutally Honest podcast. So, I just got back from Sedona, Arizona yesterday, and I was literally considering moving there. If you guys don't know, Sedona, Arizona is like famous for like the red rocks they have there. Like, it's just a mountain city. Like, everywhere you look when you're there, there is just red rock mountains just surrounding the whole area, and it got like this hippie representation since it came more like a tourist place, and like all the hippies started going there, so you can like go for like the psychic readings and all that like gimmicky hippie dippy stuff. They have like the famous pink Jeep tours there and all of that. It's definitely a touristy area, and so I'm surprised that I want to move there. I'm not moving there for all the gimmicky hippie stuff. I was more so thinking of moving there because of how naturey it is. It's just very different from where I live right now. So I live in Tempe, Arizona, literally right on Mill Avenue. If you guys don't know about Tempe, Arizona, it's basically a college town here. This is where ASU is. Like, I live literally 2 minutes from ASU. So it's a really popping area. It's super fun. And I live on this famous street, Mill Avenue, where all of the bars are at. So everyone is constantly going out and having a lot of fun where I live. Like, I live 2 minutes from the bars. And when I just moved here, I loved this. Like, I would go out all the time. I was so in this, like, going out community. And it sounds depressing, but it wasn't depressing. It was a community. Like, we have a nightlife community here. Like, everyone who lives on Mill Avenue in these, like, nice apartments, they have friends, like, in who work at the bars, who go out with them. It's a fun vibe. But I'm getting older now, and I think I want a change. And I went to Sedona, and I was literally considering moving there, but I was shocked by that because it's a big, 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 big change for me. It still feels very out of my comfort zone considering moving there. Like, I'm going from really youthful city, college town to slow pace, older people, nature vibe. And that's something that's definitely taking me back. Like, why do I want to move somewhere slower and older? Because I like living in Tempe, Arizona. I like the buzz. I like the funness. I like being a part of the youth, shall I say, because I'm not in college. So living in somewhere like Tempe, Arizona, on a college town as a college dropout is very like satisfying for me. It makes me still feel like I'm a part of something young. And that's what I get a little nervous about with moving to Sedona, Arizona, is I'm like, I don't want to lose that like touch of youth and like knowing what's like trendy, and like I don't want like an old vibe. Like, so I have this struggle, like this constant back and forth. The more I do grow up and the more I'm into things that are very different than what my age generation is into. Like, as I started traveling the world and like doing meditation events and like living with monks in India, doing very different things that people in my age range don't do, I felt a little disconnected from my age group, age range, Gen Z, whatever you want to call it. I felt very disconnected from them. And when I come back to Tempe, Arizona after traveling and living with monks, it's like my time to feel connected to like Gen Z again. It's my time to walk around the college town and like see the new style trends or like scroll on TikTok and all of that. And I get nervous the more I go on my life journey that I'm going to keep getting more disconnected from Gen Z and being into things that just aren't cool or known or popular, which that's actually kind of what Gen Z stands for, is being into like the out there stuff. But like going from living in a city that is a college town with all the young people to a place that is more older and like has a lot of mountains and nature definitely feels like I'm being taken out of my generation a little bit, taken away from Gen Z a little. And I really do have this attachment to staying young or like staying with the trends or staying up to date on things and not letting my mindset get old, not feeling outdated. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I have this weird attachment to Gen Z the more I'm getting away from it. Does this make sense? Like, the more I'm not aligning with what a normal 22-year-old aligns with. Like, I'm not wanting to wear the same clothes that normal 22-year-olds wear. I'm not wanting to go out and party like a normal 22-year-old. I'm starting to feel like loneliness or like a distance from someone my age. And so I've been craving like this need to, in a sense, fit in. Like that feeling of wanting to fit in does not leave after college or high school. It's still a thing, but it's more on a broad spectrum. Like it's more like I have to make more decisions to fit in. Like when you're in high school, the feeling of fitting in is like, oh, I want to fit in with the popular kids. I want to be like them. But like you're still in high school, you're still in a community, you're still with people your age range, like in your age range going through the same things. When you're in college, the fitting in aspect goes with sororities. Like, oh, I want to get into the nicest sorority. I want to get into the coolest parties. I want to meet the coolest people. It does with networking. I want to be really involved in all this because it's easy to not get involved in college, not do the parties and all of that, and kind of be like a little outsider. But you still have a community. You can find a community of outsiders. But I'm someone who's dropped out of college, finished high school, and I'm going to be 23 soon, which is weird. So the feeling of fitting in is very different where I can go completely on the deep end. I could be living in a place where there's 40-year-olds and it's very slow and it's very boring and it's very different than what younger people are into. And that's what I feel like I'm doing with wanting to move to Sedona. That's what my fear is around wanting to move to Sedona. I'm like, oh my God, I want to move to this place that's a lot slower, not having as many young people around. What if I lose all of that? What if I don't fit in? It's just so, and I know it's a fear, and it's not true. And I feel like when I have a fear or an uncomfort around something that will significantly change my life, I have to do it because it's probably just me being afraid of change. Because that's a big change, is moving to a place with known more for their nature and stuff. And I know there's something in me that just wants somewhere that is nature. Like when I was there, I felt lit up. I felt like a longing for something like this. And it was conflicting for me too because I also love the city. I love living in Tempe, Arizona. I love living in this college town. I love the fast pace. I like the feeling of being a part of something that's really relevant. Like this is the now. Like the city feels up to pace with everything in the world. The city feels like you are in the world, like you were up to date with the now of what's going on. And moving away from the city feels like you're a little out of it. It feels like a little stale. It seems like everyone goes from like small towns, slower city, like slower environments to the city, and they like find their self. Like everyone eventually grows up and wants to move to the city. So it's weird how I'm growing up and I'm in the city and I want to move to like the hometown vibes, the slower pace. I think another reason I want to move to a slower paced area is because I don't care for the clubbing, the nightlife, all the regular things that people who are in their 20s like to do anymore. Like, I don't really have much going for me here in Tempe. There's people that I can hang out with, and there's friends I can hang out with, and I have hung out with a lot of really cool people, and I've made some friend groups and all that, but I don't stick around because there's still something about me that I feel like I'm seeking a little bit more when I'm with these groups, like in the city, like with these friend groups in the city, like they have things going. They're like great people, and then when I'm with them, I have like deeper desires that like I don't know if they'll understand. Like I have deeper desires to like travel the world or like actually make meaningful content that like impacts the world or like making a difference in the world. Like I have more of a worldly perspective, and in the city I don't find many people like that. So maybe if I move somewhere like Sedona where it's like more nature, I could find those people. But again, that is just a big change for me, and change is scary. I remember when I made the decision to drop out of college. That was like the scariest decision of my life, but I'm so glad I did it. Like as I'm growing up and I'm in my 20s, I'm realizing there's these big decisions we're going to have to make that entails a lot of change. Like everyone eventually makes the decision of moving out of their parents' house, and that's scary, and it's a lot of change, but it's worth it. So I'm thinking, what if, yeah, it sounds terrifying moving somewhere so different from where I am now in the city, somewhere that's not city. It sounds horrible. I'm like, I have all this fear, but what if I just like let the fear be there and then just follow my gut on this decision? Because I've learned from growing up that a lot of times we need to decide to change. We need to make big decisions like moving out of places or getting out of that apartment with that roommate you don't like. Like, we need to make these decisions on change. And when we don't, that's when we regret things. Like, I have so many friends who are like, oh, I hate living here. And they, like, never move out. And I'm like, why don't you move out? They're like, oh, because of this and this and this. We always build up excuses. And I think I'm ready for change and moving out of the city. And it's surprising because I love the city. I always talk to my friends about how I love living in the city. But there is something in me that wants